I'll just take up this states only, okay? Because states are not supported in functional component. That is why I'm choosing class components. I have name, age, and ID, okay? In class button I have, let me quickly create. Let me create a file like this, and let's have a explains state and process component. Now I'll use the react.fragment, okay? It will create a empty element. I don't want to create not div element unnecessarily. Inside this, you can directly say h2 and say state and process example. So yeah, now here you can see I have a constructor, okay, and I do have a props. So let's do one thing. Let's just write console.log props. Let's see what we have in this props, okay? Okay, as it is class, so we'll write this dot props instead of props. Whereas this console log, we can directly write it inside constructor itself. No? One more, that is console log. Let's see what it returns. So props are nothing but properties, okay? State. Okay, let me start running the project. It will take time. So what will it return here? This dot props. So props are nothing but a property. We are taking these properties from parent class. That is what it shows here, right? So let's say if I am writing this dot props, what it will give? Only props what will give. Anyways, meanwhile I'll write some object over here. Okay, so for this to work, we need to render it, no? So what we'll do is state and props. We'll go to app.js file from /. See, this is how the comment looks like in React. File successfully. Now let's open that, and you can see the right state and props example. We'll see the console, and how many times we have got the object. Okay, then totally 4 times. Let me clear and refresh it. Okay, so we have got nothing inside it. So which 6767, it's giving nothing. Okay, let me write it inside a render instead of a constructor. I'm getting one error, props is not defined. Okay, so in render when I write props are not defined, just props are not defined. If you write this dot props, then it would work. So you can see it is giving an empty object. Okay, so basically it should give you a properties. This dot props will give you a properties. Okay, and if you just write props here, so it is taking from here, right? So both are a valid statement. Okay, but here when you try to do it this dot props, okay, so this would give you not defined, right? So you may have to destructurize them and then use them. Okay, so why I was showing this, because we can use them in the other component where while we are sharing the data from parent to child, and that child will have the properties of a base class. So like that only I was showing, okay, how can we have the properties of a base class like components? Okay, so that is what I was showing. So it was giving you an empty object, right, which have nothing inside it. So now what will we do is, as we have got the states, okay, which is internally an object, okay. So what we'll do first, we'll bind them, okay. So let's have a div, and inside that, let's say paragraph. I think we have done this earlier also in class components. So let me just copy and paste them. So I'll show you later on with the array of object also. First learn with single object, then we'll see array of object also. Okay, and I'll also have to destructurize it, right? So because I'm directly using them. Otherwise, you can directly use this dot state dot name, but I don't prefer to use that. I always destructurize them. So it should not give any error. Okay, so this thing we have seen in the last class also. Okay, nothing new in this. But here, I want to share this data to the other component as well. Okay, so let me do one thing. I'll write state and props over here. This file into this state and props. This info. Okay, moved, and we have got the error. Still not okay. So update imports. Okay, done. So inside this, I have got this state and props. Okay. Now what I will do is I'll create a child component for this. Child.js, and let me now use OC. Okay. So done. Okay. So now what I will do is here I want to use this data. Okay. This data, the state data in my child component. Okay, so I want to share the data to this child component. So what should I do? Okay, so let's say I have a div over here. Inside that I will have a child component. Okay, so I want to share this data. Okay, so I will be sharing them as a property, right, as a attribute, right? So how should I do that? So what I'll be doing is I can simply write, let's say I just want to share the name, right? So let me write name equal to, okay, so this name you want to share, then you can share a name. Okay, so you need to bind it like this, and let's say you want to share some static data, right? So you can just directly write company name equal to, let's say, now I have passed, okay, name property and company name property. This is my data coming from a state, and this data is a static data. Okay, so what I'll do is in child component, okay, so if I just go ahead and write console log this dot props, fine. So now I should be able to see the data in child component, right? So see what I'm getting, name, company name. Okay, so from same line number 13 it is coming. Okay, and I also have components. See, you can see child component is there inside state and props, right? So you can download this components, React components extension to Chrome. Okay, there is one more profiler. Only this you can install components. Fine. So now you can see I'm getting the name and company name from my parent component called state and props. Now, okay, I have got this data. So what I'll be doing is I can destructurize them, right? So you have seen I was getting a name and company name, right? So I'll destructurize them. So I'll just write this dot props like this. Okay, and then I will write name. Okay, let's say Rakesh works for, right, like this you can write, and then write the company name. Let's go ahead and check the output, and let me do one thing. We'll have a simple HR, okay, so that it will separate it, right, so from the other component, so we'll understand that it is coming from a child component. Okay, you can see Rakesh works for TCS, it is showing, right? So in this way, we have passed the data. Okay. So now you have seen, I've passed the data in this way, name, company name, right? So even if you want to pass age and ID, you can do the same thing. Okay. But let's say if you want to pass the whole state itself, how will you do that? Huh? So let's say employee. So what will you do here? So should I write this dot state? Okay, so if I write this dot state, okay, did I remove console log statement? Let me write this dot props. Okay, so see, I have sent a full object. Now let us see what it prints. Okay, So you can see I have a name, I have a company name, okay, and then comma employee object. So what does this employee object gives you? It will give you, okay, employee object, name, age and ID. Okay, so what happened here? It created a property employee object. Inside that you have the properties again. Okay, so but let's say what I'll do is I'll spread them instead. Yes, and now let's see what happens. So is it a valid statement? Can I spread them like this? Okay, so if you are doing that, can you write like this? So basically, when you directly spread, it will be considered as an expression, okay? Binding, okay? But object spreading, you can do it only within the object, curly braces like this, right? Otherwise, if you do like this dot state, I was showing it like this, console log, like this I was spreading, remember, in the curly braces. Now it will be considered as an expression, okay, a binding curly brace. Within that you need to have one more curly brace, okay, see there, okay. So you'll get the unexpected token error. So what you need to do, you need to, but here it will not make any sense, okay, because it's going to be same, right? So now what we'll do is we can remove the employee object. So now you are just sending the properties directly, okay. So directly you are just sending the properties. Now you don't need to send a single one, right? So let there be a company name, but I'll remove the name. So how should I destructurize now? So according to the output we have got, right? So probably what we have sent company name, we have sent these properties, right? So we can just directly write name, company name, and we have got age and the ID, right? This is what we have got. Okay, good. So now we can write the age and ID if you want. You can write it, okay? Just print it and show you. Move the console log statement. You can see this is how it looks like. Okay. So this is how you'll be sending the data as a props, right? As a properties. So now we'll look at some other examples, okay? So this is a kind of a straightforward, sharing of data. Okay. So now let's say I want to send some children. Okay, some children to the component. Let's say I have a closing tag as well here. If you do not have a closing tag, it will immediately give you error. Okay. So let me say, what is this child component? Okay, I'm sharing the company name. What else can I share? Okay, let me have a span tag, and I just want to share the department. Okay, as what department as okay, UI or front end development, IT department, whatever you want to show, you can show. Now I want to render this, okay? I can do this. I can write this. I can have another component inside this, okay? This is possible. So now in the child component, if I want to render them, then I can write as a children, okay? So let me do one thing. Here I will render it. So I will write this dot props dot children. Okay, this also you can unpack it from props. You can directly write children. So you can see I have this department UI, right? Okay, so in this way you can send some children components also, right? So now we'll see how to set the state. Okay, so for setting a state, see, first of all, props are immutable, states are mutable. Okay, so here we have just seen the data sharing concepts. Okay, so we have shared the data from parent to child, right? So from parent, we have shared the data to child component, right? So now as we know that data flows only in one direction in React, so can we change the data, okay, this data name, company name, age, ID from child component? Is it possible? No, right? Okay, so as data flows only in one direction, you cannot change the data from child component. Okay, so here that is why I said props are immutable, states are mutable. Okay, so we can change the states in the parent component, and I mean whatever components you have in that, you can change the state, but you cannot change the props. Okay, so now how can we handle this? We'll see that also, and first of all we'll see how to set the state, and then we'll see how to handle that. Okay, so what I'll do, I just want to change this data, right? So I will use the set state method. Okay, so let me have a button. So let's say button, I'll have this on click event. Okay, and in this on click event I will call the function. Okay, so let's say if I'm calling a function, as it is a class based component, I will directly write the function name. Okay, let's say change handler function. Okay, because I'm going to change the data and I'm going to create an arrow function. So in this arrow function I will have this dot set state. Okay, so set state is a method which takes function as a callback, and then you can change the data. So it is basically, you can have a previous state. Okay, and then you can write, if you want to change something, you can write like this. Let's say if I have a count. Okay, so that count you can write previous state plus 1. Okay, so it will keep on updating your count from the this object. So now what I want exactly is I want to change this data, right? So I will copy them. Okay, and paste it here. Okay, let it be age. So if I'm changing just age, then I don't need to write this as well, right? Okay, so this also I don't need to write, I just want to change the age. So what I will do is in this on click, I will just call the function. What is that? This dot change handler. Okay, done. So now let's go ahead and check the output. Okay, in that button I have not written button value, so let it be submit. Okay, so you can see age of the person is 23. It is showing now. When I click on this, age became 25 and my render method got re-rendered, right? So that is why this got displayed again, right? Okay, so this thing you will see again in the lifecycle hooks, where I'll be showing how it renders the component again. Whenever there is a change, it will re-render the component. Okay, so we have to avoid re-rendering.